Hello, crafters. This is Suzanne from A Creative Muse, and I am here with Simon Hurley's latest release. This is all summer fun, period. Just loads and loads of summer fun. I made, I think, about 8 cards. This is another collaboration between Simon Hurley, Ranger Ink, and Spellbinders. They all came together to create this wonderful, fun-filled summer release with all sorts of goodies and fun stamps. There are coordinating dies and stencils too. Alrighty, let's just go right into this one. Let's get started. I am so thankful that they sent me all these goodies. Thank you guys. I so appreciate it. And everything was just fun and easy to make. So let's start off with the stamp set. So first, there are 3 oversized stamps. These are beautiful. So this set, which is called Smooth Sailing, this just screams summer. Summer everything. And then there is Hot Diggity Dog, Love. And there's also Watercolor Flowers. This one's interesting, very interesting. I'm still working on the technique with this one, and you'll see in my example. If you want to get a more in-depth look at all of these products with Simon playing with all of his goodies in action, please watch his video. So worth it. Loads and loads and loads of tips. You may have to watch it twice. So with all these stamps, these are all high-quality photopolymer stamps made in the USA. So with Smooth Sailing, you have everything to create a fabulous beach scene. You can use this if you're traveling, if you know somebody who does a lot of sailing, you want to make a bunch of cards featuring this beautiful sailboat, the lighthouse, all of these wonderful shells, etc. Look at that. There is even a die version with the drop-in, or you could stamp it and then cut it out with the coordinating die. Isn't that fabulous? You also get dies to coordinate with the sentiments. So one of them is, you are so brave, believe in yourself. This one, I think it is You Light Up My Life, because I did use that. And then this little wave, you want to create a wave. You can stamp the wave or put this as a drop-in. See, there is the You Light Up My Life. That's an extra one. So love. Look at the sailboats. And you get 2 sizes of sailboats. Very easy to color. And then the lighthouse. You can stamp that lighthouse. You could also use this stamp to stamp on it. Or, better still, this one comes with a coordinating stencil with pieces in here. I have them here in the back. This is the Smooth Sailing stencil. And everything I'm showing you, I'm going to link below. Some of these sets, you can buy it as stamp and die together, bundled. I'm going to try and see if this one will be all 3. I will link it that way, and then I'll also link it individually. Just in case of your budget, you may want to just cut this out yourself. This set can work just being stamped straight on and just coloring and doing your thing, because this is such a great set. And I love all the sentiments and all the different styles of sentiment. All right, let's look at my first example. This is with this fabulous Smooth Sailing set, Love. So what I did, stamped out the lighthouse in Bristol Smooth cardstock. Then I took the stencil, put it on here, and just did some ink blending. In here, these are like my Olo markers right there and the top. And then right here, I used some solar paste. So look at that, the new solar paste. In my last set of videos with the solar paste, I did everything on dark cardstock. Now I'm trying to use the solar paste on white cardstock. I still like the dark because I just love the popping color. This is with Beluga. But you see how the Beluga on white is like blue-gray? Isn't that cool? And then I use that die, that wonderful wave die right here. So this little background stamp, this is a 6x6 cling rubber stamp. So if you're going to use this in your MISTI, you would take out that middle piece and just put it on the base of your MISTI to stamp. That's how I did it. Simon does it like he inks up the back of the stamp and then he presses paper in it. I don't have that luck because everything's going to shift. Okay. This one is called Splatter. I love it because it looks like waves here. I did blue distress inking. Then I stamped this on with a different darker shade of blue. Did some white splatter for the waves. There's my little sailboat. Oh, so easy to color. And then there's You Light Up My Life. To create this porthole look, because this is popped off. Like, I love to do these type of things. It's like it wants to be a shaker, but there's nothing in it to shake and there's no acetate. But it's more like a frame, like you're looking in. I love that. This is using Essential Stylish Ovals from Spellbinders. I just cut that little scene. So picture like you're in I guess you're in the lighthouse looking out. I don't know. I like the lighthouse being on the outside. Then this whole, sailboat with the water, and then that. And then I put some opal gems to finish it off. In the back here for the sky, I did Salvage Patina. More of a blue-green, just to give a difference. Because if I did blue-blue, it wouldn't have that contrast that's needed for my little card. And this is an A2 card, okay? And I do have foam in here. 1/4-inch foam tape. I love to buy scrapbook.com 1/4-inch foam tape. Just fabulous. And for stenciling, I like the scrapbook.com mint tape too. That's what I did to block off this, block off this. I could have also done this with ink blending, but I wanted to color it with markers. And I think it worked. And I love this red. Oh, so pretty. So that's my first card. And that's my gem flying off my first card. Normally, it stays without a problem. She's just being finicky. All right, moving on. Up next is this wonderful oversized stamp set with all these cute dogs. Here you're looking at 7 dogs. I love this set, Simon. You just don't know how much fun I was having with this set. And I watched Simon's video, and then he said something that had me cracking up. Yes, I am a little bit sick, so just ignore if my voice sounds even more raspy than usual. But he said, I love dogs. Cats, I don't mind, but I'm allergic to cats. I'm like, hello, we are just compadres in that. I'm so allergic to cats. But I have my dog, and my dog, she looks like this. These 2 images right here. She's a rat terrier, black and white. I love Tori so much. So when I saw these, I was cracking up, having a blast playing with Hot Diggity Dog. And I was singing the song too, isn't it? Hot diggity dog diggity, something like that. Ooh, what you do to me? The Oscar Mayer song. I know. Anyway, yeah, I'm goofy and loopy. You get 7 dogs and you get a whole bunch of sentiments. And what I really love about this particular stamp set for dogs, everything is active. Every single thing. This one just flying through the wind. This one here just looking at you, laughing like, hi, I love you. This one is on the ground with the ball in the mouth, still looking happy. That's Tori. But usually it wouldn't be a ball. She has some animal outside that she has decided to hunt. Yeah, I know. That's her little thing though. She's a hunting dog. And then this one is he's just so cute and happy. And I heat embossed all of this, stamped it out on Hammermill white cardstock, heat embossed, black pigment ink, clear embossing powder. So out of the set, I used 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Is it 9 dogs? Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Did I say 7? It's 9 dogs. I forgot the little guy right here and the little guy right there. Look at that poodle. So I have these extra ones. Look how active they all look. Now on Simon's video, he just went in with some of his ink and did like a watercolor thing. I went with Olo markers. So I was practicing with my Olo markers, and I'm going to have a little video with a hat coming up. I was having a little issue with this one, with the coloring. This one wasn't so bad. These were fine. That was easy. But these two, that coloring, So we'll talk about the hack that I discovered in another video. Look at these guys. So have some more cards with those. You get Fetch. I'm Mutts About You. You're So Fetch. Hot Diggity Dog. Hope you have a ball. I did Thank You. Hope you have a ball. Best Friends Forever. And the best part, especially with this set, see all these curves and nooks and crannies you have to cut into by hand? Get the die set. This set is so fabulous. I mean, look at that. 9 images, 2 balls, and then the little bone. So cute. And look at all the tennis ball, or you can color it more solid. I just love this set so much. So here are my 2 active cards, okay? Cut out with the coordinating die. Again, I was using Distress ink. Right here, though, I did stamp this with pigment ink and then let it dry and come back in with a little Distress ink. Now, this set, if you're wondering, what is that? zigzag chevron goodness with the stripes. This is called Sound Waves. Love Simon. Love this set. And here I used it in a ground effect. Like this also is a pull apart stamp. So you get like one section with like 5 rows, another section with a single row, and then this one with 2, this one with 1, that one with 4. I think I use mostly this one. You see it? So you can choose and play as much as you want. And because it's a pull apart, I was able to go like this. Stamp it as a ground, sky. Stamp it as a ground, flip the card over, and stamp it again. That's what I did. And then just create this little empty space in the middle. 2 thumbs up for fun and ease. Love this set because it works here as a ground and it works here just as a great background. Fabulous, fabulous, fabulous. With this one, I just did, dark green ink and then a lighter ink. I think this is Twisted Citron and that's Mowed Lawn Distress Oxide. You could use Distress ink too. It would just appear brighter. I did spritz a little water on it, so if it looks kind of muddled, I just wanted it to be a little bit more quiet because these guys are just forefront, forward, popped up anyway, having a ball. Hope you have a ball. Yeah. And then the thank you. This comes from the next set, which we'll talk about shortly. So there is a sentiment in that set, a few of them, that you can stamp out and use a coordinating die. Layered this up on 2 layers of 110-pound cardstock and then created that sentiment. Put some crystal mixed gems. If I took off the gems, this is definitely a masculine card. It's just the grass, dogs are playing. Yeah. So this is a great masculine card. A little bit over an A2 because of how I laid out Doggy 1 and Doggy 2. And it's on a black 110-pound cardstock. So cute. I love this. Like, I could have just done a card just like that. Look at that as a note. Isn't that fabulous? You could do a 4x4 note card with that. Him jumping in the air and then this. Oh, love. And then this one, I decided to keep my dogs black and white here. And then I did the brown ones over here. But on a black and white backdrop, this is a square card. And then in there, I stamped Best Friends Forever. Stands up like so. This is Twisted Citron Distress ink right here. So I found some gems from my stash. I think these are honey bee stamp gems that are in this yellowy color that matches this. I just needed something in here besides just the dog, the sentiment. It was looking flat. So I think the gems work. But of course, if you want to make it more masculine, skip the gems. So these 2 could be masculine cards, no gems. But isn't this great? Isn't this Soundwave? Hello, out the gate winner. So these 2 work so well together. Now the illustrator for the dogs is the same person Simon used for another favorite of mine, Spring Chicken. If you are on a farm or know anybody or you love farming, hey, why not have a chicken and the dog running and the chicken playing? This would be so cute together. So it's the same illustrator and both sets come with coordinating dies. Love. But now, isn't this adorable? I have some here. I can do something with the chicken and the dog. Why not? And then use this again. Love this set. Love, 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 love. Soundwave. All right, moving on. Up next, this is Watercolor Flowers. This is the last of the oversized clear stamp set. I watched Simon's video where he took this clear stamp, which is a nice little area. Did I give you a measurement on the dogs? I didn't give you a measurement on the dogs, did I? Oh, goodness. Yeah, I got too excited. And you can tell I'm sick. I can't think. All right, Lighthouse. You're looking at 3 1/4 inch tall by like 1 1/2. Small sailboat. Let's say 2 by 2 1/4. It is going underneath here, the wave, okay? That's all layers of popping up. I love doing that. This is like a German Shepherd. 2 3/4 of an inch wide by 2 1/4 inch tall, okay? So now let's look at this little floral section, which is perfect for an A2 card, I bet. Yep. 4 1/4 inch wide by 2 3/4 of an inch tall. And Simon, he did like a reel or a short. And he stamped this here and then on the top side, just flipped it and stamped it again and did this whole ink blending thing. That was cool, Simon. Loved that. I was like, oh, why didn't I think of that? But what he did with this stamp, and I took some Distress Oxide, put some areas of like pink and yellow and then little touches of green, spritz it lightly, and then stamp it on. This is my second take because the first one, it was a hot mess. This one is sort of a hot mess. It's like a loose watercolor, but I think you can tell it's florals. And I know by putting these in, that helps to bring it back into the nature scene. That's with these stamp sets. So, does this have coordinating dies? Oh, you bet. Even here, to cut out that layer. Now I'm going to bring up my card close to you. You see right there? So this is a little bit wider, 1/8 of an inch on each side. And I lifted this section off and tuck everything behind there because this is an open-ended die. 2 thumbs up again. I was like, oh, wait a second. I can just pull this forward. So there's some low profile foam here. And then I just tuck some leaves in the back, put one here in the front, and put the sentiment. Congrats and believe in your dreams. Now, coordinating dies for sentiments. Thank you, as you saw with the dog. Hello. Congrats. And then we have leaves, every flower. Just loads of fun with this set. Great for solid stamping with colors. Love. So I made it into an A2 card here. The sentiment, believe in your dreams, is from one of my favorite stamp sets with Simon. Like, Simon, you're building up my favorite collection of Simon stamps. This is like, oh, I just love succulents. Oh my gosh, this is a fantastic stamp set. This will help you make cards like, I've used it alone. I've used it with the spring chicken. Now I can use it probably too with the dog. Why not have a dog next to the planter? See? Cute, 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 cute. Love this set. So the sentiment is right there. And great sentiments within all of this. And this makes for easy stamping. You just stamp that, then you stamp the color, and done. Love, love. There's a thank you. There's a congrats. 2 different ways. You see black with white embossing powder. You see stamped in black pigment ink and clear embossing powder. Love. Finish this off with a bunch of green gems. Oh, so fun. Everything I was having a blast. Now let's go into the other sets of 6x6 stamps. This one is called Treescapes. Love. So you get like this forest look. You could do that Miami sunset, Miami Vice type of style. Love that. And then here, this one is more combination of like the woods, trees. Just fun. Great, great set. Again, these are all cling stamps too. And then this one, Sketched Citrus. Now, Simon said in his video that he drew this. Simon, LOVE times 5. I love this set so much. This will be the one that I'll show you in the video with the hack for Olo marker coloring. So fabulous. I love this set. And it is a pull apart with coordinating dies. Yeah, this one doesn't have coordinating dies, but this one does. And you can choose. You have options to buy it or not. You get 1, 2, 3. I guess I'm not showing my favorite card last, then I'm going to show it now. 4 pull aparts. This is just a little edge. If you want to stamp it out whole, okay? So I stamped this out on some Copic Express It color paper. Pulled out my Olo markers and did some coloring. This is like my by far favorite card. This is me sending South Florida sunshine to somebody saying happy birthday. I love this card. This features another new stencil from Simon. This is a fantastic stencil. 2-piece stencil set called Sunrays. Layers up like a dream. Like if you have problems with stencils, you're not going to have no problems with this one. Easy, easy to use. There is no reason for you to make mistakes between the sun rays. I did it as, instead of doing it as 2 separate colors, I just blended with my dirty ink blending brush in orange and then my yellow one. I didn't want to go into that Distress Oxide Mustard Seed. It would have been too bright. I don't know. I have bought 2 Distress Oxide Mustard Seed. And I guess because here in South Florida, maybe it's because of the humidity, it is the most juiciest ink I have. If you have that problem, you're not alone. Mustard Seed here is just like everything would be this super dark, bright yellow. So I use my dirty brush when I'm doing it. Even tapping it off doesn't help. It's like I have to let it sit there on the brush, clean the brush a little bit, and then still I can get all this yellow. Isn't that crazy? So I got a little orange, the yellow. And then I took some iridescent spray. So I'm going to bring it up here because it is daytime. Can you see the shine? Can you see that South Florida sparkle in the background? And then to break up the orange with the yellow and the orange, I came on with some black splatter. And I think it worked well because I knew I wanted the black to pick up back with the black ink that I used to stamp this. Now, one thing I want to say, with the coordinating dies, you're going to see only 2 dies here, but you're seeing 3 versions of citrus. So one of them, this one right here, is the reverse. What do I mean? And you also get a die for the flower. So the die here fits the image like so. But when you come here, it doesn't fit so. But when you stamp it and go from the back of the paper, yay. So I stamped it backwards, and you are going to get a hard line. Then what I did, I took my bone folder and just smooth out the edge. This is the one that's stamped backwards because I can tell this is smooth, this is smooth. This is the one that has a more sharper edge because it's cutting backwards, but it still works. So isn't that nifty? You see? Forward, stamp down, that fits. Backwards, that fits. And so I did actually get to have all my 3 little oranges work. Then you get all these fabulous leaves, trim them down. This card was the first time I've used a technique. I've seen it many times where you do press and seal. It actually works. So you take some Glad press and seal, Kitchen Glad press and seal. And the reason why I did it is because of all the layering and tucking, and I had laid out the whole thing. But once I started doing individual pieces, it would have been a mess. I took a rectangle of Glad press and seal, had this whole collage, stuck it on there, pull it off, and then applied glue to the back, and then brought it back. I may have to show you that in a video. I know I just said a whole lot, but there's a lot of examples of that press and seal. I just want to let you know that it actually works. Even with glitter, sentiment, and all the layers, it worked fabulously. I popped everything off though, and I used one of my favorite die sets from Simon, Everyday Sentiments Dies, Happy Birthday, and I love that this cream colored glitter cardstock is working with all this orange, splash of yellow with a little touch of green, but the black I think helps to bring it back from being so light, bright, pastel, almost like a pastel look, you know? Isn't this cute? I so love this card. Simon, tell me if you love this card, because sometimes he watches my videos. So tell me if you love this. And if you love how I did the doggy. And if you love how I did the little, scene. This had me just, I was smiling so much. This is my by far favorite card. Like, I just was so happy everything just worked out. And I love the movement in this card. Yeah, that's the word I'm looking for. I love the action of the sun rays, which gives that energy, and then the oranges and the happy birthday, and finished it off with a little bit of gold mixed gems, the solid part. Look at that. You see all the gold gems? Yeah, but you could choose to not put gems. I just was going for it. You know me. I love to put a gem on something. All right, so isn't this set fabulous? So fabulous. And then it comes back together like super easy. Like, if you keep this piece though, don't lose it. So you just piece it back together like a little puzzle. And it goes right back in, and then you can stamp the whole thing, which I also love. And I believe Simon did another technique where he did the whole of this. I was just watching it going, okay, bookmark that one. Bookmark that one. Great job, Simon. Great illustration. And you also can do those florals too. There's a little flower to pop out and cut with the die. Okay. Next we have this Treescape. Treescape, this is my most masculine card. I was so tempted. I had to notice my fist. I had to hold myself back like, don't put a gem on it. I wanted to put some black gems, but I thought, you know what? That's going to take away from the masculinity. So just stop. I'm using Simon's same die set. Love Everyday Sentiments dies right here. I did black with silver. I did the heat embossing, stamped it out with the pigment ink, and look how it came out. And detail. And you have to use clear detail embossing powder. Then I went in with some ink blending after I did the embossing. This is on some Bristol Smooth cardstock. And you know what? Simon, I do have a pack of your Stark White. Could I find it? I don't know where I put it. So I have to go find it because I wanted to use his Stark White cardstock just to see, but I bought a pack. I have no idea where I put it. I was saving it for something and I don't know where I saved it. This now was inspired by an Instagram post by a young lady, and I don't remember her name, but I had to get these inks. So these are some Catherine Pooler inks in blue. This Juniper Mist with, I think it was Cove Blue and Tranquil, but Stone Blue is part of this set. I didn't use the Stone Blue. But this thing, she showed a bunch using the same blue combination. I think I could have gone in darker. I did spritz it with water, so that brought it up back. But I think the spritzing makes it look like a stars in the sky. But I love this. So if you're looking for like something a little different, maybe the Catherine Pooler, I will put this below in case you're interested. I just got that from scrapbook.com. But I do love it. It blended super easy with this. So love. So this is my one masculine A2 card, top folding, thinking of you, minus some black gems or silver gems. I was tempted, but I stopped. This definitely can work masculine. And lastly, not masculine, but so much fun, because I certainly went with every single gem in my stash in yellow. Oh yes, this stencil is called Pretty Petals. It is a 3-piece layering stencil. She layers like a dream, super easy to work with. Look how good this stencil is. You notice right here, first I did the florals, then I did the centers, which I shouldn't have done the centers second, but I did, because on the centers, I used solar paste. You see it? And the same beluga, which is the blue. So look at it in the sun. I think you guys can see it when I tilt like this. Let me see. Can you see that little bit of blue there in the center? I just wanted to play with the solar paste in this colorway on top of ink just to see what would happen. So it's a darker shade. Let that dry, and then I came on with the leaves. Look at how it intersects without blending like crazy. This is a fantastic stencil. Simon, again, 2 thumbs up. And while watching his video, learn something new. Put the shiny side of the stencil down and keep the more dull side facing up. And then I took out some yellow gems from my stash and put them in the centers. Thinking of you. That comes from, oh, I love this one, Must Have Sentiments Glimmer Hot Foil Plate. This is also from Simon. So fabulous, because you can just glimmer all of these sentiments, cut it out. Didn't even have to turn on my machine because I had already made a million of these. So I just picked out one and popped it right there. I was like, oh yes. So I love this little top folding card. So here we are. We have masculine, feminine. Isn't that cute? I love it. And I love how the flowers came out. Then we have Miami Citrus. We have this beautiful floral garden one. We have the Doggy Days of Summer. We have Sailboat. So it is 7 cards I made. I thought I made 8. It's 7 cards. I can't count. I'm a little bit sick, but hey, I'm still happy because all this goodness, Simon, thank you so much for sending this to me to play with. And the collaboration between Simon, Ranger, and Spellbinders, hello, is just fabulous. These dies just add that extra way to play and pop, especially with the dogs. Because cutting this out, no. We don't want to cut all these curves. But isn't this fabulous? And the sentiments, I love all the sentiments. And I love that I can use old sentiments like from the succulents and still play with all of this. Alrighty, crafters. I've said enough because I could just sit here all day talking about Simon. But Simon, another fabulous release and lots of summer fun. Crafters, get what speaks to you and you will be smiling. I was smiling, definitely smiling, because I was like, ooh, this stencil works. Over the top smiling because this one just came together like that. And it looks like all sorts of levels. It's not. I may have to show you. If you're interested in what I'm talking about with the press and seal, leave me a comment below and I'll squeeze it in. But boy, let me tell you, I have videos in a line since I came back into town. Alrighty, crafters. Until the next video, thanks for hanging in there. Thanks for watching. Stay crafty, my friends. Again, everything will be detailed and listed below. Thank you, Simon. Great job. Fabulous. Over the top winning release. Alrighty, crafters. Bye.